everyone and welcome back to the White Forest Technician. Today in this video we'll be learning how to create a plaster mould and then also a clay tile. The theme will be the London skyline, so let's get started. So for the plaster mould you'll just need a simple silicone square cake tin. This is what you will pour the plaster in later, a mixing bowl, a jug with some cold water and some plaster. Now pour the water into a bowl. I've used around 800 ml for this. This will either give you one thick tile or two thin ones. You then need to slowly sprinkle in 1 cup of plaster at a time to avoid air bubbles or lumps, and then mix it with the other hand. Keep going until you get the consistency of double cream or until the flakes are sitting on the top. Now pour your mixture into the mould and leave to go off or to dry. This will take roughly around 10 minutes. It will get hot through the going off process, but you'll know once it's finally done as you can pull the edges away and eventually take the plaster out of the mould. It's now time to put your design onto your plaster mould. For this you'll need your image that you're copying, your plaster tile, plaster tool and a pencil. Then you need to copy the picture on the plaster tile using a pencil, making sure you don't press too hard as you don't want to create a groove just in case you make a mistake. Once you're happy with your design, then go over using the plaster tool to create a groove. This is where the paint will sit later on. Now it's time to create the outline. For this you'll be using black slip glaze or underglaze for this. Take the paint and go over every single detail and make sure you can't see any white sections. You must have the paint completely covering everything. Once this is done, you need to take a rubber kidney and you need to scrape away any excess paint, putting it back in the pot to reveal the black outline. Once this is done, you can either take a tissue or a cloth and in circular motions take away any excess paint. Now to fill in the colour. For this you'll need water and again some more colour slip or underglaze, your plaster tile and a paintbrush. Now for this you need to paint in reverse. This is the technique which is slightly hard to get your head around, but once you get going you'll be fine. So what you need to do is paint the fine detail first. So small areas of colour and then going over it and building. So sort of like how you could paint a stained glass window. Once you're happy with everything, do one last final layer of colour just to make sure that there is no gaps. Once this is done, you need to create a wall of clay. So you need to create sausages and stick it down to the side. This will be where we pour our slip in later. The clay doesn't stick very well to the plaster, so you really have to make sure that it's sucked down properly and that there are no holes because there will be leaks. For this we're using Pear White Casting Slip by Clayman. Give it a good mix and then slowly pour into your mould. Leave to dry overnight and then you need to slowly cut away the edges, making sure you don't cut too far in as you may disrupt your design. Then carefully peel off your tile to reveal your picture. You then need to leave this until it's bone dry. You then need to get your teacher or technician to place in the kiln and fire your tiles. And in a day or so you should have your tiles back to reveal the lovely fired image. So that's it guys, we're done for today. So we've learned how to create a plaster mould, how to cast it and how to paint it. Thanks guys for watching, I hope to see you all again soon.